Hi, Kayla. I'm really liking the way this is looking, and I think that the color treatment that you've done on yourself is great. I'm not seeing any clipping masks, like layer clipping masks that we went over with the clipping demo. So I can see you have the original image in here. So this one's kind of tricky because it has such a busy background. If I turn off all the other layers, sometimes that helps too, with the eyeballs. So we can just really focus in on this, and we can actually use the quick selection tool, and I'm going to make it kind of big. You can adjust the size up here, and I can actually, sometimes selecting the background is easier than selecting the actual images that you're wanting to get, such as the bodies of these two adorable kids. That really didn't work very well. So that might be why you went the route you did, which was not using a clipping mask. I can also just try and put these little guys in one little click at a time. Sometimes you have to adjust the size of your brush, depending, just to try and get it all right. Cute little kids. Remind me of my son. Okay, this is looking pretty good. Yeah, this could take a little bit getting these clips dialed in, but I do want you to do at least 2 clipping masks. And to try and do as good of a job as you possibly can. It might mean that you're spending 20 minutes getting this the way you want it to look. Maybe you want to bring in, we can go back in history too and go back. I want to bring in some of the splash. Okay, so I have it looking sort of the way I want it to. Let's look at it in the clipping zone. So I went into clipping, let's see, where did I go? I went to select a mask up here after I had my selection as close as I could get it. And we can actually go in and do plus. And you can do, this brush tool is probably going to work the best for you on this one. And we can turn the transparency up. So if we scroll up in here, there's actually a scroll here. But I can kind of bring some of the image back in so I can tell sort of what I'm missing. And if I'm going to be adding to my selection with the paintbrush tool, I'm probably going to want to bring the size way down. And I can kind of paint things back in, pieces of what I'm wanting to bring in. Maybe we want to kind of bring in parts of his sweater that I'm missing and things like that. I don't know if this is a high resolution image. It's looking a little pixelated, but it sure is cute, so I can see where you're wanting to go with this route. But yeah, just kind of coming through here. I'm subtracting and adding where I can. His nose looks a little goofy, I don't know. What's going on with his face? Yeah, there's water right there, so that water is really... This is not a very good clip at all. But, this little guy is a little easier to clip out than the other one is. But sure, I can see why you really like this. So, and then you can use your feather here. The slider is really great. And I would say this must be low resolution because I'm using 8 pixels and it's getting really quite feathered. So, and I can turn my transparency all the way down. And then you can push OK. Oops, I screwed that up. Select a mask. Turn the feather up again. We want to scroll down, put the output settings on. So if this isn't open it up. Take it off selection, put it on layer mask, and push OK. And then you'll have, and yours is looking actually not too bad. But there's quite a bit of the background still showing through on some of it. But I like how you brought the water in. I have a little bit more of the splash, but I kind of like how you brought the water in between them. But I was hoping for a layer clipping mask here, like this. So, and if I ever want to go and maybe I want to bring in more water, oops, let's do cancel. I'm going to turn this eyeball off so I don't get confused. But if I double click on that black and white, I can add more to my selection. So like I want to bring in more water. Let's turn the transparency up a little bit. We can use the quick selection tool again to bring in a little bit more water. Hit the add button. And let's turn this down again. Yeah, maybe like that. Okay. So, you know, yours doesn't look necessarily worse than mine at all, really. The only difference is mine has a clipping mask, or a layer mask, I guess, is really the technical term for it. But much like what we did in the demo, the clipping demo. So try to get 2 of those in here. And let's see, adding in maybe like a cool pattern background would be neat. You know, any kind of background that you can find that maybe has a pattern to it would be great. And then, I don't know, maybe you could even put like a little bubble around these guys. Like you could find like a fun little, you know, bubble images, Google Images, tools. We want to go to tools, size large. This one's supposedly fairly large. Just hover over it. Ooh, 3000 by 1997. That's pretty good size. And it has a nice solid background, so that one might work really well. This one might work pretty well too. It's not as big though, and there's already a reflection in it, so it's probably not going to work as well as like something like this. So if we do control click on that, or right click, open image in new tab, then we can get it at full size. And then do a control click or right click on Windows, save image as, put this in your project folder. I'm just going to put it in my downloads, and then we can do like file open, find that bubble image, use the quick selection tool to select the background, you know, select and mask, and we can even do the invert button, which is handy dandy. We might want to add in a few more areas here to selection. You know, I'm kind of adding in too much, but I'm just trying to get some of this jaggedness out of this side. Oops, that doesn't look very good, but you know what I'm saying. And then we can do the feather a little bit. The feather always helps, right? And with this one, it's kind of ethereal, so we can definitely go very feathery with it. Layer mask, output to layer mask, push OK. Let's do a file save as. Let's name it bubble clipped. Should I make that capital? And then we can make this a Photoshop document. Definitely make it a Photoshop document if you're wanting to preserve the transparent background, because there's only certain file types that will preserve that for you, and a PSD file is one of them. So if we go back into your composition, where's it at? There we go. We do a file place embedded. We're going to bring in that new file that we just made, PSD, and we can size it up maybe, as long as it doesn't get too pixelated. I guess this one has a little bit of a background to it too, but I mean, you could put your sun's in there maybe, at maybe position, oops, I'm on the wrong layer, the move tool. You know, maybe we can move these. I'm moving something around that I'm not meaning to move. Maybe we can move these little guys around. What is that? Maybe we can move them maybe over here a little bit more. Where's my bubble? You know, maybe make the bubble even a little bit bigger. You know, you don't have to do a bubble, but, you know, and you don't have to use this bubble either. There might be better bubbles to use, but, you know, you can even repeat these. Command T or Control T and size down. You can, you know, you can make several of them. Sometimes doing more than one is a good idea. A lot of times odd numbers tend to look better than even for some reason. So 3 might look cool. You know, you don't have to use bubbles, but I'm just saying, like, you're kind of going with the playful little boy theme maybe, and then maybe a pattern background would be really cool. You don't have to do this by any means. It's just an idea. And also you could try doing to yourself maybe if you haven't already, which you do have some things in here. Oh yeah, you do have a hue saturation. That's almost blowing it out a little too much, though, I think. But you might want to open up your images separately and then do the hue saturation and then do a file place embedded so that you're not doing the hue saturation to the whole canvas, that you're just doing it to one layer. Anyway, I think this is looking really nice. It's a great start. Just got to refine it a little bit. And yeah, look forward to seeing the finished product.